How best are we to grow in the spiritual life? St. Ignatius gives us this paradoxical maxim of how to grow in the spiritual life. And he gives us this imagery that helps us go deep in spirituality so that we can, it's like sinking deep roots so that the Lord can project this beautiful, strong tree, like the mustard plant that Jesus speaks about in his parable. And he says this, to go deep, we should make more account of renouncing self-will than of raising others from the dead. So the key to the spiritual life, he says, is to grow in the ability to let go of our own will. See, we have this will, we have a free will, but that will is meant to be given over to love. Freedom, we are free to love. That's what Christianity is all about. Freedom is not to choose whatever you want to do. Freedom is the ability to love. How free are you to love? How free are your children? How free are your relatives, your loved ones? How free are they to love? That's the key of how free they are. Or are they caught up a little bit in self and selfishness? How to break out of that selfishness is part and parcel of what it is to live a spiritual life. And so to do so, we have to renounce our will. Our will is always so ready to impose itself on others, and we need to let go of it. Saint Therese of Lisieux says that I had to make many mortifications and to renounce my self-will, always so ready, she says, to impose itself on others. She said it did me much more good than corporeal penance, bodily penance. Now she did both. She did some bodily penance, and that's appropriate also for us, certainly on Fridays, and also during times of Lent especially. But more important than the bodily penances are the renouncing our self-will, where things happen, people choose a certain situation, and just to be okay with that and not to have to change everything, oh, I want it to be differently. Sometimes we can just let go of our self-will and accept that that's the way things are done, or that's the way somebody cooked something, that we would have had it done differently, we would have had this mixed up with that. But to accept these situations, to accept that the room is ordered in a different way that I expected, to accept that we have a change, in our plans today, and someone has directed that we're going to have to do something different than expected. All those things are occasions for us to renounce our self-will. And the more we renounce our self-will, the more we can accept God's will into our will. Not my will, Lord, but thine be done. That's a renouncement of self-will itself, To not my will, but thine be done. Renouncing our will to let God's will permeate through us and in us. Very key to the spiritual life, to grow in that. In fact, when we're raising children, it's very important that their wills be broken, so to speak. In other words, that the child does not get his or her way in every wish of theirs or every little demand that they have, so that the parents with strong, loving discipline teach them to be a disciple. That's where the word discipline comes from, to be a disciple as a follower. You can't be a follower unless your will is regularly broken so that it becomes supple. It has to become pliable. Otherwise, our wills get so stiff and hard. This is the way I want it, and I won't accept anything else. Yeah, we get like that so easily, and we shouldn't be that way. But a true Christian is able to let the will be broken over and over again to where it becomes supple and it's flexible, and God can speak to that person, and that will becomes more and more free to love also. So that's why it's so important for parents to be lovingly strong with their children, so that they know how to deny their will, so that they can say yes to God's will. A child will never find his way to God, will never find his vocation to say yes to God, unless the parents have taught him or her how to say no to their own will. Very key in the spiritual life. Where are you and I invited to accept God's plan, to say no to our will, to renounce our self-will? That's more important than major miracles of even raising someone from the dead. So that would be an all-God thing. But more important for my own spiritual growth, that I renounce my will. Even more important than raising someone from the dead. God bless you.